Hi everybody, how you doing? Hope you're all well and safe and having a great day. Do you ever get the feeling that there's like a million apps out there now and they're all really good, especially all the new thick paint apps? Well, I'm sort of getting bogged down with them all. I've been painting in Realistic Paint Studio and I thought, hang on a minute, Artset Pro, that's got quite a decent thick paint oil brush. So I thought I'd have a go with that again because I haven't used it for a while, and I'm thinking I am going to need to do a review of all of the thick paint art apps. Anyway, in the meantime, this is an oil painting I've done in Artset Pro, so let's just get straight into it. So I wanted to do a painting in Artset Pro with the oil paints. I've done one in Realistic Paint Studio, and I wanted to do a sort of a comparison. So I'm going to use oil brushes. Let's just go down to the oil brushes, and this is just for me to get in my head what the how it feels really. I'm using the big oil brush, by the way. What it feels like, because I've just literally finished an oil painting in Realistic Paint Studio. I just want to, for myself, just get an impression of how the two apps compare, because there's lots of oil painting apps out there now, and I kind of want to, just for myself, get an idea of what I think the differences are. And the question is, should I do a review of all of the thick oil painting apps? And I'm thinking of Artrage, Artset Pro, Art Studio Pro, and now Realistic Paint Studio. What do you think? Is it worth me doing? I'm not really going to comment too much on the comparisons in this video, but already I have to say I am feeling a massive difference between Realistic Paint Studio and this. The way the brushes perform, this feels way more responsive in a way. But having said that, you know, I've only just this second started. I would like to do a proper review, maybe paint the same scene. I won't necessarily say picture, you know, not a full-on painting, maybe a little sort of a study of something in all of the apps, compare them. What do you think? Is it something worth me doing? Comments below, please, be appreciated. Anyway, the painting I'm doing today, I thought I'd do, because I'd done a street scene in Artset Pro, I thought I would continue with that theme just for this little personal test, really. Rather than do something completely different. And this place is a road called Reigate in the city of Derby. Now, Derby, it is a city, but it's much more a market town vibe to it, I think, than a big city. And I think the only reason it was granted the title of city because it has actually got a cathedral, a rather nice one, but it still feels like a market town, and it's the town where I grew up, so I've got lots of fond memories. And if you've ever seen the painting that I've done as my sort of tribute to Joseph Wright with Killian in his pram in the Joseph Wright Gallery. This is the town where that gallery is, the Joseph Wright Art Gallery. Which, if you're ever in Derby, take the opportunity to go and see the Joseph Wright Art Gallery, because it's up there with the best. He is like one of the forgotten masters, and for me, he's up there with people are going to slam me for this, but with Turner and all of the great. Is a bit pre impressionist, really, and he earned his living painting portraits, I guess, of rich industrialists during the start of the Industrial Revolution. So all the sort of mill owners in and around Derby, and all of these sort of people with buckets of money that they made by exploiting workers in their mills. Probably, I don't know. But anyway, that wasn't his passion. That's how he earned his living. But his paintings are all about the ones that he did for himself. His sort of passion were all about the Industrial Revolution. One of his famous paintings is the Ori. So you should check that out. My favourite, and it's absolutely massive. It's a huge canvas depicting these children looking at an Ori, and these, I guess, scientists around them discussing the planets and what have you. Really an exciting painting, and it's got lots of subjects like that, and he always puts a little moon. He tries to put a moon in the scene, so even if it's indoors, there'll be a window, and it'll be the room will be candlelit, and then through the window you'll see the moon, and it's usually shrouded with clouds. Very exciting stuff, really. This feels ever so nice to work with. I'm doing it black because you can see the photo is well burnt out. So I thought if I just sort of get in a black sketch and then sort of paint over that, that's my plan. And I like with this out that, I've got decent sized brushes I'm working with. The canvas is pretty much the same size as the one I've just worked with on Realistic Paint Studio, which this one's 4,000 wide by 2,750 high, I believe, and I can make the brushes much bigger on this, and there's less lag. I will say that. I said I wasn't going to do a proper comparison, but that's what I'm finding so far. This truck really took my eye, to be honest. I really like the look of that. So let's get some colour in this. Let's get a sky in. Has it got a palette where I can mix what it had? Oh yeah, I can mix colours up here. So I don't know how this works. Tap that, and then I can sort of mix it down with some blue and maybe a little bit of yellow. But yeah, it's different, very different to the mixing system in. Oh, and I've cleaned it, so I can start painting with that. And look at this thick paint we've got straight away. Wow. Let's just with this big oil brush. I've got lots of bright colours going to come into this, so I'm thinking the sky needs to be fairly grey, neutral, warm really, it's not that neutral. A bit more white to it. So if you've seen the video on the mixing, you'll see this is very different. I wonder if I can get if it's got palette knives in that I can put down here, get a palette knife in. Let's have a look. Oh, I want brushes to tie. What did I pick colour? I don't know if it's got palette knives. They'd be in there with the oil. We'll smear. That might be it. Really? Not really. Or oil smear 3D, what does that do? You know what? I don't like them. I like the... Oh, what's this oil break? That's quite nice. I assume there is a colour picker on here. Eyedropper. I can pick a colour off that. I'll do it for the sky. So to tap on there, that clears it, and then I can add a new colour. But with this, I like this big oil brush. I wonder what the rich oil. Got a fairly big canvas, so I have to keep making the brushes a bit bigger. Okay. Oops. Oh. It doesn't automatically go to the colour mixer. You have to sort of tap on it to clear, then add your new colour like that to mix it a bit. Now this brush, it's almost as if it's using an mode overlay that affects that. So I don't like that rich oil. Go back to the big oil. I like that. Look, you get them lovely strokes. To me, it's much nicer. And obviously I can make the brush a little bit smaller if I want. Get some green in there now. Tap that off and oops, that. A bit more yellow actually. I like a lime. I do quite like this, to be honest. Gonna pop a little bit of that in there. Sort of across a bit. What colour do we want now? Blue. I'm gonna add the blue into that. See what we get. Maybe a bit of white. Yeah. Beautiful. Oh, and I want that orange all the way down here, like this. And yellow up. That. And as I'm doing the blue, I think it needs to get a little bit darker. I'll just add a little of purple in there. It is, isn't it? Because purple's the next colour. Add more blue again. That's it. Now I need a purple. Hold it. I'm not going to put that writing on. Lock this in. And I might make it a bit still. Line. That. Whoops. Bit too thick. A little bit. But I'm quite liking the look of that. Now, a little bit of a lighter purple, so that. I think that. Yeah. Green. Oops. And then the yellow, I suppose, if I, almost like the lines are, I've got some sort of perspective to them, but they haven't at all actually. Right, let's get some of this cream colour in. I like the way that you tap the colour and then it comes off the screen. I think, honest with you, you know, with this, I might not like that colour mixing system at all. I might go back to the wheel for this. So that's something. With the mixing on the realistic paint, I really enjoyed it and just stuck with that all the while. I didn't get distracted or want to change. With this one, I feel like I'd had enough and I want to just get back to painting, and that was sort of slowing me up. For a minute there, I thought I'd missed that out. Yeah, I feel like I can just get the colours much quicker with the colour wheel. Again, I want pavement on this wall fairly subdued colour wise. I want to save all that rich colour for this side here. A little bit smaller. It's funny that I've just sort of found one brush. Oh, what? Oh. That was scary. You know what? Just going to come out so it saves it and go back in again. Be on the safe side. That was very scary then. Yeah, I found one brush look and I like it for everything really. Some shadow. Whoops. Let's have a quick look at the I might change the brush because I want something a little bit rich oil, a little bit thinner. That's too big. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back over this with the blue. Oh, this is that. It puts that extra bit of like it's using a skin layer. I don't like that, so I'm going to come away from the rather digital oil paint. What does that do? Oh, I don't know. Weird. Oil paint flat. That's okay. What it says, it just gives you like a flat. Colour. I still think the favourite is this big oil. What's that? You know, this, you can see this is clearly not a painting about detail. Not at all. I do like to try and get a little bit of an impression that we've got something going off that looks off real, but you know, isn't at all. If you look close, it's just a bunch of squiggly lines. Still keeping all of this fairly grey if I can. That's cool. I can spin that round. That's nice. Don't think I could have. There probably is a way of doing that in realistic paint, but I just didn't find it. Don't like these dark lines on the side of the windows. They've got to go. Don't mind a little bit of shadow underneath. That's all right. Or got this canopy. I should probably, to be honest with you, be thinking about getting some more of the colours in here. And I tell you what, I really don't like. See this line that goes right the way across there. We've got to sort that out. Yeah, that's better. I know we've lost sort of the little bit of kick, whatever it is. Not kick. What would you call it? The what damp-proof course of bricks. Sort of lost that a little bit. That's all right. Kind of goes up there like that, doesn't it? Great. I'm trying to keep this all grey here. Or muted colours, really. Not. There we go. I'll come back to that in a bit. Right. Now what I want to do now is get some really brickwork. And things, we've got this brickwork. So this echoes the truck, the other side. That's what I'm trying to do. Now, the Realistic Paint Studio got this really cool feature where I could pick up mixed paints and pick up lots of colours and just brush them all in. Whereas here, I'm going to have to do it manually, I guess. Dark colour in. Dark that. Rich blues. Again, now echoing the truck, really. I'll just pop that in and go over it. Colours. I'll have to find a detail brush in a bit. Blue. That. Just to get the perspective in a little bit. There we are. Now I can put these other. like that. There's some sort of green pipe going up there, which is quite nice. The side of that window. Oh, that means I've got the windows and the doors in the wrong place, doesn't it? Canopy comes across a bit more. Okay, let's work with that. That is more like that. More sense. Much more sense. See if I can find a nice joil. Let's see, what does that do? Oh, that's nice. A little bit of detailing now. Or a bit there. Or smear brush. All I can get it to smear a bit. Back to that. I was working with this rich oil brush, wasn't I? Well, it's very, very different to realistic paint. This feels it felt much more responsive early on, but then now I'm thinking to do the sort of detail work, it feels a little bit more clumsy compared to Quite realistic paint studio. But I might take that back now. Now I've discovered this brush. This is the oil break brush. Very much like this. Break that line up a bit. That's sort of solid all the way up. Working there. Oh, we've got this yellow. Oh, coming over that. Yeah. Need the big oil. Rich oil. I want to put in you light. Got going off here. Let's go back to that oil break brush because that'll be nice for just sort of gumbling in a few shadows things. I need that person in, don't I? Really, I think. I don't know if this is the right brush. Let's go back to the big oil brush. I'm in there. Oh, massive head. Legs. Fruit colour. Good. Okay. Few signs. Again, I'm thinking that we can use the oil brake brush for that, Matt, perhaps. No, that's not going to work. Big oil brush. And then change to the yellow. Make the brush a lot smaller, obviously. Just tidy these up a bit. Weird. Not using the colour that I'm selecting. That. We've got some stuff. Erase. Oh, I've got the picker selected. That's why. Better. Right, I just need to select that colour. Picking it. Okay, let's do it manually. Now it's working. Oh my. Just lift that colour from the pavement into there. Actually, that's wrong. That wants to be a little bit lighter, because we've got light coming through that street. So just maybe the brush is a bit big. There we are. I think that's pretty much it. You know, I can go on forever, couldn't I? I think we're there. I think it's good. So, Artset Pro, oil painting. What's your favourite? That's a good question. What's your favourite app for thick oil paint on the iPad? I still don't know yet. I still have to make up my mind. Still working on it. But I've enjoyed doing this. Another one. I enjoy doing them all, really. Anyway, there we go. Artset Pro, thick oil paint. Bit of an unusual subject there. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, big thumbs up as always is much appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, because I've got loads of videos like this. Don't forget, everybody, stay safe, stay sane, and keep painting. Bye.